Hey everyone, it's Charlie. It is June 25th, Thursday. You remember back in March when Congress decided to go on television and show all this righteous indignation over these AIG bonuses? And in the end of the day, exactly nothing happened. They passed some bogus bill that was unconstitutional and illegal, and it died. It died in Congress. Well, it's happening again. This time there'll be no legislation behind it, but it'll be a good chance for them to come next year's midterm elections, go out and say how they are fighting for the American people. And that is this bogus Bernanke questioning today. And it just strikes me as the epitome of arrogance, and it goes to show how truly stupid they believe you and I are. You know, that they're going to have indignation over the way the Federal Reserve strong-armed Bank of America to acquire Merrill Lynch is absolutely ridiculous. Why aren't they on there apologizing to the American people for giving the Federal Reserve these emergency powers to force banks to acquire other banks? You know, to decide who lives and who dies, basically. You know, why aren't they on there apologizing for giving away $700 billion with no strings attached? You don't give somebody $700 billion with no rules to it and then come back to them 6 or 8 months later, claim you're doing the people's work, and try to justify how they did it. It's ignorant. And it's insulting to me. And it should be insulting to you. These guys are on here trying to drag Bernanke through the coals, and I know that the Federal Reserve is above the law. I know that they are the true shadow government running the economy. You know, and so why doesn't Congress know that if they give them unlimited power, unlimited potential to enslave the population in debt, that how do they not know that they're going to not use this power? They don't. So when this next Federal Reserve piece of legislation, Enslavement Act, is passed, and it will be, can you imagine the power that's going to be unleashed on this country? You're going to have Congress going back 10 years from now saying, oh, look at how you did this and strong-armed this, that, and the other thing? No. Because Congress won't have a say in it anymore. But they've got the nerve. Your elected representatives have the nerve to parade themselves as fighting for the people when the only thing that they've truly done is enslave the people they claim to represent. It's ridiculous, and it's insulting. You know, job reports come out today, 627,000 more people, first-time claims. That's an increase over last week, of course. 6.74 million people continuing to collect unemployment benefits. You know, these people in Washington, D.C., these people in Congress and the Senate and the Federal Reserve and Wall Street, they cannot and will not ever relate to the average American worker. Ever. And that's average American from the lowest guy on the construction site to a doctor, lawyer, anybody who's not in the upper crust of the elite. They don't understand that a cap-and-trade tax isn't paid for by giant energy companies or even local co-ops. It's passed on to, the burden is given to the slaves, the debt-ridden slaves of this country. Manufacturers don't pay taxes. They pass it along, they put it in their product, and we get to pay for it. You know, healthcare, cap and trade, immigration next week. It's just, it's non-stop. And we have not a dime to pay for any of it. What are we modeling our green production after? Spain? That's great. They got 20% unemployment. They had a small spurt in jobs when they started building wind farms and solar fields, but then they went away. And now they have 20% unemployment, and the energy being produced is too expensive to use. So is that what we're shooting for? in the middle of the worst economic meltdown in the history of this nation, get prepared. You know, I mean, the stock market might have went up 175 points today. You might have your financial advisor showing you charts of a V-shaped, U-shaped recovery, a inverse head and shoulders recovery. It ain't happening. What's happening? 6% GDP shrinkage. The World Bank is raising their projection of the contraction worldwide, and you're being sold a bill of goods. And your politicians, who they can't relate to you because they are pampered, they are arrogant, and they are out of touch with this country. You know, every other day we're having a scandal. And it doesn't matter what party they're in, Republican, Democrat. It's all about power and self-satisfaction. The latest one, you know, picks himself up a girlfriend in Argentina, to hell with his wife and kids. They're not in touch with you and me. And they're selling us down the river. That's all I got.